Good late evening on this beautiful increasing dark day. This is a brief update on Dogecoin. It got cut off earlier at work. Like, subscribe, and share. We have $2 towards our $100 subscriber challenge to make our first ever probability based, one of a kind, industry exclusive technical analysis introductory class, so you can learn how to decipher the price to figure out where it's going. And this is the best way I feel I can do my classes, to give equal opportunity to the people that can't afford. Like some of these heisters and shysters and fleecers on YouTube charge $500 to $1,000 for a 10 part class. I think that's bullshit. And the way I want to run any of my commodity classes that I run in the future, or my fiscal and monetary policy and inflation and how that I want to have a Fed and monetary policy class, a gold and commodity class, and a inflation and economic class, right? But all these classes I want to have funded by group, because I think group and building our jabroni killers and building as a group and watching this as a group, and some people can only like, subscribe, and share and comment and watch the video, and that's the best way, honestly, you can support the channel. But people that want to take classes, I've had a lot of ask. I was doing classes, but I just can't keep up with the demand, and in order to keep up with the demand, the price is going to have to go up. And if you people were probably willing to pay $50, $100, depending on the extent and the in-depth knowledge in the class, in my charting. But I feel that's not the way I want to go about doing business. And I feel the best way to learn and grow as a group of like-minded people that want to be entrepreneur millionaires is to get this content out to my whole audience. And as a group right now, say every subscriber wanted to see that technical analysis class. So everybody, you could get that introductory to my VINCENZO'S gold crypto investing technical analysis probability-based way of stock trading and stock charting class for as little as 76 cents a subscriber, and going cheaper by the minute because we're picking up subscribers by the tens, right? Or if we had 30 people that had some extra money, that it would have cost them $50 to get this 1 hour class to take it by themselves, right? In a private Zoom class or in a classroom online setting. Why not pay $10 and have 10 other people do that if there were going to be 10 people that were willing to take the class? If you were one of those guys trying to get into my class when it was sold out, why don't you donate $10 right now? That way it's cheaper for you. It's not $50, it's 10 or it's 2. And then we can get to the $97.20 we need to get there. Nobody cares, Sixers, basketball. And then you got that same class that you would have paid $50 or $100 for, and you got it for $5 or $8 or $6, whatever you donated. And then the rest of the community can get that knowledge, because they deserve to have the right to have that knowledge, even if they can't afford $100 a class. And then they can subscribe, they can like and share and comment and support the channel. And then we can bounce ideas, and you guys can learn to be future expert and being able to know how to sidestep the Saturday Night Live hype like Vincenzo did, because I'm going to teach you that, and I want to teach you all at once in the cheapest way possible, and to get the most education and entertainment of the education out to you guys, so you can learn how to essentially hunt and eat, right? If I teach you how to hunt and kill a bear and slaughter them and prepare them and, live off that, you can live. If I just do it for you, and you don't learn, you gotta invest in your education, is what I'm trying to say. $5 a subscriber, 20 subscribers, you've just invested in your education, and you're gonna get what other channels will charge you $500 to $1,000 for in an introductory class, right? Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate all your support. Now here, we drew out a scenario earlier. If you were gonna get bullish to come retest, because we drew this about right here, and we said you're gonna bounce on your underneath support at the 200 and then bounce up to the 50, which we did earlier in the day. And then if you're going to break up and retest this, you had to have pumping volume, right? I don't see that. I still think you're going to come up here to get some hype and jabronis in. And then like I told you yesterday, I think we're double bottoming down here, which is actually lower. It's way down there. But I think we're coming to this underneath support first. And right, if I'm just looking at the chart, like, here's one thing I can teach you in the technical analysis class, and this is how I call the Doge collapse. Let's get this noise out of here, right? And this is the kind of in-depth thing you're going to get when I do technical analysis classes. See this? This is the first thing I deciphered and called the hype and the jabronis, and I knew, and I stuck to my guns in the face of all of that hype and irrational thinking and behavior. As you see where that white arrow is, let's pull our little perching tool out, right? Formerly known as the line tool with an arrow. This is how I deciphered it. Shit. Hold on, my phone's gonna die. This is how I deciphered it with my little pointer tool. Pumping volume. This is going on the shirt, the front of the shirt. Pumping volume, pumping price, pumping volume, bullish. Then there's arrows underneath that with pointed to the back because there's going to be something on the back. And then crashing volume and up and sideways consolidation. Now it goes to the back of the shirt, and I'm going to draw this out for you with our industry favorite drawing tool. You see that up and sideways consolidation after what I just told you? I'm going to make it a different color, and we're going to make it huge. You see that? We're going to make it a different color again. You see that consolidation, how that looks? That's very bearish. Back of the t-shirt, often you see a rounding top as the buyers become exhausted, the bulls, and the sellers, the bears, are starting to take over the market, and the price is going to come down. And the 200-day moving average and the weekly or the monthly was over here, and that's how we hit that target, right? And then we said we're ultimately coming down here because there was a wedge that got formed here, right? And a daily time frame, and we have a monthly time frame wedge too, and that's how we called that 21 cent where it bottomed and crashed to right here. I think at the 22 cents because I can decipher the chart, and I'm going to teach you how to read the chart. And that was just quick and simple and easy to read that chart, and it would have told me it was bearish, right, on Saturday Night Live, and like my subscribers, and that's why I'm this Dogecoin undisputed, nobody can even test me, champion of crypto and Doge, because I told everyone to get out. That's why I have this dotted line right here. Oh, I did have a dotted line, but I told everybody to get out, and it got me on the radar. And that's part of the power of a probability-based company-made 25 years of experience, where we run it through a computer with as many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces of data every minute get run through this. And then I got to decipher that and look at the chart, factor in the news, did the Jerome Powell talk, what Joe Biden say, is inflation going up, right? This all affects the stock price, and all has to be incorporated in a weighted index to make the best possible forecast. And that's what I do here, and that's what these classes are all about. Imagine if we had hours, and I had VINCENZO'S probability-based technical analysis stock chart class, and this was a running series, and we started at episode 1, how much stuff by episode 10, 50, 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours into this, you guys are going to be experts, and you're going to be able to read the chart, block the noise and heisters and fleecers and shysters, the criminal gangster cartel, the Ohio State University, and you'll be able to learn to do this on your own, and then you can help build your own channel one day and become your own entrepreneur and start teaching like me, and then I can help promote you, right? And we can continue growing our message to entrepreneur millionaires, right? But like I was saying, I think the coin's coming down, right? The volume is still crashing, right? Where's my little perching tool at? That was working very well. Delete that. We'll pull another perching tool out. But that's what we need. It should be in here now. Yeah, no, that's not the perch. That's the fraud. That's the jabroni right there, the hustler and shyster on YouTube trying to sell you $500 classes per person, right? Fuck that. I'm trying to do this community-based so we all deserve the right to have this education and knowledge, right? Just as I deserve the right to be compensated for my time, but I believe it should be as cheap as possible, and everybody should benefit from this, right? So that's why we're doing it subscriber-based, community group organized. If you're going to subscribe to a $50 or $100 5-hour class and an introductory to technical analysis, you might as well just donate $20 now, and you still saved $50 to $80, right? But in order to get this up here, because this is where I thought we would trade up and sideways this morning when I made that update, the technical analysis, quick update on the coins, right? Everyone's coins. But you need to see some volume. The only volume you're seeing is sell volume, and you're crashing in volume. So we're squeezing it. And here's another technical analysis for you real quick. This is this is other stuff that you would get out of this class, right? So anytime you see the overhead 50 or the overhead 200 coming down, sloping and then flattening out and tightening the price, and then the underneath 50 is rising and then flattening out, and it's tightening the price, that means the price, it's forcing a build up, and when you get a build up, it's like a tectonic plate. You get the friction from both plates moving in the opposite direction, and it's building up potential stored energy. And as soon as it's got too much potential energy, it just snaps back the other way, and then you have a big earthquake. Same thing with the price when they get constricted, but by the moving averages like this, by the 200 and the overhead 200 and the underneath 50. The underneath 50 is at about 39 cents, that green line, and the overhead is at about 45 cents. So it's going to pop one way or the other. And if this thing pops up and starts making a run at 59 cents that we talked about this morning, remember there's heavy overhead resistance there, and you better have a big pump and candle volume, right? And we're going to demonstrate this beautifully. You better have something like this. Let's pull our company and YouTube favorite perching tool out. But the volume better not be like that, like no volume, right? It better be way above the mean, like a big pump like that, right? Something from here to up here, a big pump in the 4-hour candle, half hour, 2-hour time frame, not the minute time frame. Big pump in the half hour, sustain it in the hour, and then follow it up in the 2-hour, right? And then have candles that are stacked up, sort of like that right there. See how it's stacked, but it quickly died? You would want that first pump, and then 2 or 3 or 4 more 4-hour candles, at least that high, if not building, preferably, right? So that's what's to pay attention for. I still think you're going to trade up to 59 cents tonight, right? And then you're coming back down, obviously. But you could get rejected here if there's just not enough volume, and then you come back down to our target tonight. Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate all the support, the love, and the pouring in of subscribers. And first time ever, up to 1,300 views today. Let's try to get another subscriber challenge at 2,000 daily views by this time next week. Peace and love. More updates to come tonight.